Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to another installment of The Legacy of Supers featured on HGN, an inline sub-series in which I'll be talking about certain supers in the superhero franchise that's been around for a long time. So of course, it all just makes sense for me to go ahead and talk about another super being in the franchise itself. Red Skull. Yep. Another Marvel and its related villain out there, but this time it's Captain America. The Captain America series, of course. When it comes to the Captain America series as it was, firsthand, Red Skull initially became the leader of Hydra, who accidentally gets warped into a gigantic vortex, and somehow ends up in a different place, in a different time. Of course, that was pretty much what we saw in Captain America, the First Avenger, back in 2011. But then, years later, we get ourselves Red Skull, yet again. In Infinity War and in Endgame, where we actually see this villain in around Vormir. Basically around this point where we'd actually witness both times where the main characters end up going to retrieve the Soul Stone for the Infinity Gauntlet. The first time around, it was Thanos and Gamora, and the second time around, it was Hawkeye and Black Widow. Both times around, Red Skull was present, and was able to hand out pearls of wisdom out to them, who were, in fact, attending to try and find the Soul Stone. Of course, they did pretty well. Both times they were able to retrieve the Soul Stone, and that was for one main reason: to sacrifice someone for the stone. Because that's pretty much what the Soul Stone was. You put someone else's soul in a different stone, but, what am I doing? Well, anyways, Red Skull, of course, was pretty notorious, being the leader of Hydra, and of course, one of the first times I actually saw Red Skull, though, wasn't really in the MCU. It was in the Superhero Squad, where in one episode, Red Skull ends up getting thawed out of a gigantic ice cube and attempts to help Doctor Doom with Operation USB, Uber Skullbot. At the same time that Doom also had one, the UDB, or Uber Doombot. Of course, both of those bots end up getting obliterated thanks to the Incredible Hulk's, wow, not so great singing attempt, which actually tore both of them apart. And then eventually, Red Skull attempts to freeze Captain America, and thanks to the reflection of the shield, Red Skull gets frozen again. I mean, I didn't really know what to make of that episode. I thought it was good at the time, but looking at it now, I just don't really know how to think of it, or what to think of it. I mean, I guess I just wasn't expecting a lot to happen there. Well, anyways, I mean, there just really isn't a whole lot left to say about Red Skull, of course. But that's only because I'm pretty much saving some of the best for last. Or at least for later on here in the series. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side